separate. It's not quite morning. It's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I went to bed last night I think we went to bed about 11:30, which is actually kind of early for us. When you sleep for, let's see, 11 to 2, is that what, 15 hours? I don't know. It's real easy to get dehydrated. So I am looking forward to having this port where maybe Steven or somebody can hook me up to the saline while I'm still asleep if I have like a thing hanging out. If I'm already accessed, maybe. Things to look forward to. I've done a lot in the past few days just in terms of recording content and editing things and cleaning up stuff around the house, doing things to my hair, and I think I sort of officially crashed. I would call that what's happening today. So I'm going to take it easy today. I finished breakfast, even though it's like 2:43. I had yogurt and my blessed 1 cup of coffee I'm still working on, and my beautiful mug from Guatemala that Steven brought back for me. And actually the coffee that's in it is Guatemalan too. If you know me, you know that I always make him get me some coffee when he goes to Guatemala. I really hope he can go back soon. He usually goes like every 6 months or so to help with the ILAG, Iglesia Luterana de Augusta, de Guatemala. I think that's it. Anyway, it's the Lutheran Church in Guatemala. He works with primarily the Women's Center down there that educates women from rural villages so that they don't have to get married off or put in poor home situations, but they can actually make a living for themselves. And he brings back things to not only just be nice to me, but also usually they have some sort of auction in September. I'm not sure what that's going to look like this year with coronavirus, but we will keep you posted if that's something you feel called to support. It's really cool. I would love to get well and be able to go down to Guatemala. I've met a couple of the people involved as they've come up, and I just adore them. And anyway, shout out to Pastor Karin and Beatrice and Diego. Later on today, I think actually at 3 or 3:30, I'm hopping on a movie. I think we're gonna watch The Hobbit together. It's rare that we do a daytime movie, but I'm kind of excited for this. Yesterday, I figured out that Quorum, who was gonna be the supplier for all my port supplies and saline, actually does the nursing education program for the dressing changes. I wish they had told me that up front. But I finally figured that out, and that my insurance is going to cover that. And the doctor's office sent the letter over to Quorum with the change in orders to reflect that I needed the nurse. So I'm going to follow up with Quorum, give them a phone call probably before the movie, and then we'll see what happens for dinner. There are definitely days where this is my preferred position. At least I got a puppy here. And Teddy's on the other side. So, yeah, just using the brain power to contact the home health agency and the doctor's office and the insurance. That was maybe like, I don't know, 30 minutes. And now I'm just done. So I'll either lay like this for a little while or maybe fall back asleep. But this is what post-exertional malaise looks like, my friends. I think my POTS is probably also flaring today because I just feel so much better laying flat. It is raining outside. I hope the doggies don't have to go to the bathroom anytime soon. Neither one of them are going to enjoy that. Stephen, why do we have chicken nuggets?
Because God's faithfulness providing our dinner. God answers our prayer for daily bread.
And for chicken. Maybe it's not deli sliced chicken.
Yeah, so why are we having chicken tonight? Because the other day, Betsy and I were talking about food. So it's an important thing. And when we put our grocery order in, I usually put our grocery order in, and my uncles go to the store and will shop for us and then drop it off for us. And that's great. They were out of town this past weekend, so they weren't able to shop for us. So I was talking to Betsy, hey, we're running low on chicken. And I was thinking sliced deli chicken for sandwiches. Betsy heard like chicken breasts, like the whole chicken breast. So when she went and ordered,
well, because you've been making chicken Alfredo, and I thought you were making more chicken.
Yeah. So when she went and ordered, all of a sudden, lo and behold, here come like 4 big slices of chicken for us, like big
Whole
chicken
breasts
breasts.
of chicken.
Yeah. And I was expecting sliced chicken. So.
It's just the 2 of us, so we either had to go in the freezer or we had to eat a lot of chicken this week. I got like dizzy and lightheaded and potsy. Just climbing back in bed from my wheelchair. I have to say, I don't know if this is going to go up before or after when we were talking about how awesome our church was in a different video, but our church, people in our church have been sending me cards ever since I got sick. So like for 3 years straight, I've gotten cards, and I saved most of them in a manila envelope over there. And I thought it might stop when that particular Sunday school class and the prayer meeting, and there were a couple different groups who were part of it who would send me a card, and then there's some individuals who send me a card anyway that know that I love it. I've gotten to where I save them for when I'm having a bad day, like a symptom flare day, so I can remember like I got a good life and I'm loved, and these sweet people send me cards. So tonight is one of those nights. Got 3. So I love getting happy mail. It's just the best. And then we have our family Zoom call in like 15 minutes, which Steven's parents get to corral Sarah for that tonight. God bless them. Oh, cute! I love just to know cards, but this is cute. I mean, it's a nice take on an old classic. Just a note. Oh, people are so. sweet. That was Sandy. Steven and I used to joke about how, like, whatever church we've ever gone to, there's a contingency of women in, like, the over 50 crowd who have the exact same name. It's like in that region, that was the popular name at the time that those women were born. So last congregation we were at, everyone was Cheryl, right? Everyone was Cheryl. And this time, there's a couple of pockets. There's multiple Sandys. There's another one I'm forgetting. Cheryl, there's a few. No, there's just one Cheryl. So Cheryl's not as popular at this congregation as it was our last congregation. But you can't just say, like, oh, I got a card from Sandy, and have people know who it is, because it was actually, yeah, anyway, okay. I'm sure that's fun for you guys. I mean, don't normal people use knives if they don't have a letter opener? See, these are people that even moved away from the church. Technically, they sent it to us. Aww. It says I washed my hands before writing this card. Oh, that is too cute. I have to show this one. Even the little girl has, like, says I'm smiling, but her face is behind a mask. That's adorable. That's so cute. I hope this will cheer you up. And it's thistles. That's the best joke ever. I hope this'll. Oh, that was a good dad joke. This whole thing was like one big dad joke. Pretty awesome. Sending you hugs from a safe distance. See, if you're having a bad day and you read a funny card like that and you just save like a fistful of them, I know that's probably greedy. Like, I'm very fortunate that people send me cards in the first place, but I do like to save them for a bad day. Nothing like a good old snail mail to cheer you up. So at this point in my day, I would say like my happy hour of when I have the most energy tends to be like 8 until 11, which is not exact PM. From 8 till 11 PM are when I have the most energy, which is so inconvenient because it's past Sarah's bedtime, even though she's still with her grandparents. It's not a time where you can get a hold of really anybody business-wise if you needed to. And it's when everybody else is like gearing down to go to sleep. And here I am like, let's do stuff. Because the rest of the day I've just been so dead. And it's this way like whether it's a crashy day or not. So yeah, that's a big part of a day in the life for me. I have very odd hours. So you don't have to worry about waking me up by contacting me late. You have to worry about waking me up if you contact me before 5 p.m. Because today was unusual. It's unusual for me to sleep until 2 p.m. Part of that is sort of a crash in energy from all I've done the past couple days. Usually if I don't sleep until 2, then I sleep until like 10. I try to get on a meeting to hang out with some of my chronic illness friends at 11, and then I usually take a nap after that, and then I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and eat some lunch, and then dinner. So like, yeah, it's like, don't call me before 5 p.m. It's not very helpful, is it? It is a big day if I can do anything at all functioning wise before noon. And then I need a nap shortly thereafter. And when I say I need a nap, it's not like, oh, I'm a little tired, I think I'll lay down. It's like an overwhelming exhaustion that if I don't lay down and like take a nap or at least be quiet and sit in the dark for a little while, I'm gonna be in a heap of trouble like the next few days after that. So, you know, one day at a time. I don't have any real control over my illness, so you do what you gotta do.
Seriously though, I have nothing to do but sit here and wait for you to hit subscribe and like and the notification bell. Have you done it yet? Don't forget to subscribe!